Welcome to GMP, the Great, Glorious, and Glamorous, aka the Going North Podcast. I'm your host, best-selling author, and certified self-leadership trainer with the John Maxwell team, Dom Brightman. And this is the podcast where authors from around the world help you realize that success is tangible. Now let's get on with the show. Today's episode is sponsored by yours truly, Dominic Dom Brightman's wonderful book, Stay the Course, The Elite Performer's 7 Secret Keys to Sustainable Success. Grab it on ebook, audiobook, or paperback book and share this gift to your friends, family, heck, even no matter what season it is, for that wonderful person in your life that needs to advance to their next level in their career or just needs a quick pick-me-up to get through their day and beyond to thrival level. Now let's get on with the show. And today on the wonderful podcast likes to feature super special awesome humans from across the globe who put pen to paper and publish their work and put it out for the world to devour and hope for more and more content from them. It's the Going North Podcast. And we got another wonderful guest for you today. A wonderful guest today. That's right, folks. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She's a published author who was formerly an HR professional of 22 years. That's right, folks. So from 3 years old, she jumped in the corporate organization, was doing HR, folks. And in addition to that wonderful background, she's also a yogi, spiritualist, and Reiki Master. That's right, folks. We're getting a lot of Reiki Masters on this show recently. So let's give it up for Ms. J.M. herself. That's right. She is Jenny from the block for real, folks. That's right. The one and only Jennifer Alemany. How you doing today, Jennifer?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fabulous, doing fabulous. It's always great to have a Jenny on the show because I can use a corny Jenny from the block reference for no reason. That's right, because you're actually from New York.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, my goodness, all introductions aren't allowed to be 17 and a half days long, so mind filling us in on any cavities I may have missed about the joyful Jennifer herself?
No, I think you got it all in there. Thank you so much.
Really? I got all of it?
I want to say the majority of it, the important parts.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, really? I got all of it? I didn't even get into the background of the trifecta Latina swag yet.
Yeah, that's me. That's part of me. I'm Puerto Rican, Mexican, and Cuban, born and raised in Brooklyn. So a lot of different spice there in my background.
That's right. She's the whole spice rack, y'all. That's right. When she walks in the room, she'll be like, "Yo, I am the spice rack, y'all." That's right. That's right. Kiss the ring, y'all. Oh man. Oh man. But yes, indeed. But I've heard in the past that has some setbacks actually brought you to where you are today, where you actually went through some really, really heavy grief that actually led you to become a content creator. So am I going deeper into that for the folks who don't know yet?
Yeah, I lost my boyfriend about 2.5 years ago, and I started to journal about 3 months after he was passed, and I just started writing. I was writing very quickly. A lot was coming out about the loss and about previous loss I had in my life. My mom had passed away about almost 14 years ago, so it was a lot that was coming out through the grief, and I was writing very quickly. So I want to say within 5 months at the end of that year, I had a book on my hands, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And then I kept getting the nudge. I was meant to publish it and put my word out there to help other people heal, possibly.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's right. Help folks to heal. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So with all the words coming out, was it like an every day thing where it was like 20 pages a day? Was it just various pages? Like, how was that process?
Yeah, it was every day. It was in the evening. It was after my daytime job. I would go out to the pool in the evening. It started in the summer of that year of 2019, and I just started. Yeah, it was about I wasn't counting pages at that point, but it was a lot. I was writing a lot for about a few hours every single night.
Ah, yes, indeed. Was sorry for your loss there, especially in the BC era of before COVID, where things were not as bad compared to now as some would think.
Yeah, yeah, it was a lot, going through that in 2019, and then this pandemic hitting in 2020. It was definitely a roller coaster, but I weathered the storm like a lot of other people. I know I'm not the only one who has experienced loss in their life and so on, and there's so much loss around us now. You know, it was a journey I think I was meant to go on, at the time that I did.
Yes, indeed. I gotcha. I gotcha. So, in addition to the writing and putting the pen to paper and putting feelings and emotions down on paper, was there anything else you did to help you out with processing the grief?
Yeah, I've been a spiritualist for over 10 years, but I started diving deeper into meditation for I want to say a little bit longer than I had been previously. So sometimes going into meditation for about an hour or more. At times, I want to say that helped me immensely. Just quiet my mind and get me back to thinking about life and thinking about what I wanted to do with my own life, and just being grateful for life in general. Um, and also, one other thing I did was I got out in nature a lot more. I was going out and I was walking for about 2, 3 miles every single day. So I want to say being in nature, being amongst the trees, being around water, that also helped me feel very connected to my lost loved ones. And I want to say helped heal me a little bit more being out in Mother Nature.
Ah, that's what I'm talking about, indeed. That's what I'm talking about, indeed. So, you became a spiritualist during your HR career, I'm assuming then?
Yeah, I've always been I've always been more spiritual than religious my entire life. But I want to say it was during yeah I want to say the early years of my HR career. That's when that kind of came into play, and I was devoting my life a little bit more to learning about that connectivity.
Ah, so dealing with morons led you to find the spirit, huh?
Well, human resources is a wide field. Let's just put it that way. And you come across a lot of things in your if you have a long career, you come across a lot of different people with a lot of different personalities and types that you will work with and deal with. So
That's right, folks. If you want to find spirit, go into HR. Let me stop. Oh man, my goodness, me and my silliness. But my goodness, so with wonderful spirituality, and you listen to some of the books that actually impacted you on the journey, and actually one of them actually caught my eye was actually the wonderful Bhagavad Gita as well as the last lecture. So my goodness, so which one came first? Was there one that was totally different?
I don't know. I think they all touched me differently. But I want to say I read the last lecture first. The Bhagavad Gita was something that I had just read in 2020. So that kind of brought me to another level again of just understanding or trying to understand why we're all here and what our purpose is, and about serving humanity a little bit more. Um, but each book had its different light, I want to say, on my path that woke me up to certain things as far as humanity is concerned.
Sweet, that's what I'm talking about indeed. That's what I'm talking about indeed. So basically, finding your purpose of helping people now with all the wonderful stuff that you do. Like, so what was that transition? So I'm guessing you're doing the whole full time entrepreneurship thing now?
Yes, yeah, I am. I'm also a Reiki Master. Outside of the mentoring that I do and coaching that I do as well. So I want to say I became a Reiki Master this past December, but I started with Reiki the beginning of last year. I was just called to it. I was called to learn more about it. I had my own Reiki sessions over the years, and I know that they'd helped me. So I was just drawn to it. I was just drawn that way. Um, yeah, and I want to say my life after HR has been very different from what it was before. It is the amount of gratitude that I have, the amount of wanting to help people. It was always that was always there, but now it's in a different way of just like I said, just trying to heal people a little bit more, as to what they may be going through. That's been my journey now, full time.
Full time like a full plate. I like it. That's right. Oh, man. But yesterday, so congrats on becoming a Reiki master. So that means you have a black belt with using light, I imagine.
I guess something like that. Yeah. There's a lot of healing that can be done through energy work. Um, and as I've learned more about it and became a master myself, I realized that, we all have some power within us, and, we have different gifts, and we're all meant to explore them. And I think that Reiki has definitely helped me in my own journey of healing.
Ah, sweet. That's what I'm talking about. Days helps you in many ways. So my goodness, so backtracking a bit, like what led you to HR? Because a lot of folks may be like, HR, like she went from HR to now finding spirituality and being a Reiki master. Folks may be like, how the heck did you go from one to the other, which someone think might be the complete opposite?
Yeah, I fell into HR, to be honest. I had taken there was a test that my mother had wanted me to take, and it was, to work for a university here in the city. Um, and it was just really, I'm just being blatantly honest. It was me listening to my mother say, "Oh, go take this test to make her happy." I didn't want to do it, but I took the test. I ended up going for an interview, and they hired me in HR. They just they liked me and said, "Okay, we're gonna put you in the Office of Human Resources." And I just kind of started on that path, and I was good at it. I want to say I went to school initially to be a teacher, so it weaved into that space. It may not make actual sense, but to me it did. I was always good with people. It was just different type of angle I was working, and I was successful in that space. Obviously for a very long time. It just wasn't. I knew it wasn't fulfilling to me in the long run. I knew that I kept asking myself along the way, what was my purpose, and I knew that it really wasn't the field of HR. So I just started. I want to say I kept on working in that space, waiting to, see a sign of some sorts of what my path was meant to be.
I got you. I got you. That's right. Family first, y'all. That's right. Even though it's like, well, then again, it probably wasn't the whole sports dad, sports child sort of thing, but just still the classic making parents proud of you sort of thing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think we're all put on different journeys to learn different things along the way, right? I think that sometimes we're in different careers for a period of time, and I think that's meant to be when it for when it is, you know. But I also think that we could start anything new at any given time, at any age, um, and that's the route that I'm taking now, right? I just started, I published a book out of nowhere. I didn't expect to do that in my life, um, but it's exactly right, and it's meant to be, and I know it is, and things are flowing easily because I know it's part of my purpose and what I'm meant to do on this earth.
That's what I'm talking about, indeed. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's right. That purpose, indeed, y'all. Find that purpose, and then everything else will start to make more sense. That's right. That's right, indeed. All the nickels and quarters, y'all. That's right. All the cents. That's right. That's right. Yes, indeed. So, since this is far from your first rodeo on the podcast circuit of wonderful shows. Is there a question that you wish you'd be asked more often?
I don't think so. I think everyone kind of comes at me at a different angle. I want to say it's been interesting. Some people talk more about the grief. Some people speak more about the spirituality. Some just more of my journey. To becoming an author and doing something different with my life. But I want to say everyone has been asking great questions. On every single show I've been on. I think it's been a great opportunity, and I think there's so many different folks to speak to and meet, and I've met so many different folks along the way that it's just been, it's just been phenomenal and a great experience overall.
That's what I'm talking about. Indeed, a great experience. That's right. That's right, indeed. That's right. Tony the Tiger, proud swag, indeed. That's right, indeed. So, if your wonderful book, Mark My Love, your first ever book, if it was a food item, what would it be and why?
A food item, huh? Well, I want to say it'd probably be for me. It'd be some. It's a Latin dish, so it'd be probably roast pork, which is a pernil in my Puerto Rican background, what we make usually around Christmas time. And I want to say it's probably that because you know when you make that pork, it's like it's so good. Every piece of it is good and tasty, and you can get something out of every piece of it. And I want to say that my book is the same way, and that's why I picked that. I think that dish.
That's what I'm talking about, indeed. And what did you call that dish again?
Pernil. So it's roast pork. It's Puerto Rican roast pork.
Alrighty. There we go, indeed. That's right. At Christmas time, indeed. So that's right, folks. You heard that right. So this is a great book to get for all holidays, y'all. That's right. Even on National Donut Day, like buy this wonderful book for somebody, y'all. I'm telling you. That's right. That's right. It's a great dish for your mind and your heart, y'all. That's right, indeed. She put her heart in these pages, y'all. That's right, indeed. That's right, indeed. Well, we're coming down to the magical question that every guest gets to receive, and that is if you're to wake up tomorrow and you're 25 again, but you're in the year of 2022 with all of your knowledge and experience, what advice would you give to yourself?
I to just start traveling the world, like immediately book a ticket and go travel and go all over the place.
That's what I'm talking about, indeed, the traveling, indeed. That's right. That's right. All the basketball court penalties, y'all. That's right. That's right, indeed. The traveling. That's right, indeed. That's right, indeed. Woohoo! Well, for the folks that need to travel over to your wonderful website and buy some copies of your magical book and keep up with all the stuff you're doing, what's the best way for folks to do so?
Yeah, it's jennifermalemany.com. And I'm also on Instagram, jennifer.m.alemany.
Woohoo! Well, there you have it, folks. Head over to Jennifer's site. Y'all head over to her IG page, follow page, slide into her DMs, be like, hey, you are freaking amazing. I love what you do. Indeed, that's right. Sign up for one of those Reiki sessions if you're in the area, y'all. That's right. That's right, indeed. Jen's got you covered like a blanket. Indeed, and be on the lookout for upcoming books. So here you got a fiction novel coming up, right?
I'm writing two additional books right now. One would be considered a fiction. It's based on some real life events, but it's I'm writing it as a fiction book right now.
That's right. Protect the guilty, y'all. That's right. That's right, indeed. uh, yeah, bad joke. So bad. Like, don't you mean innocent? You know what it really means. Oh man. Well, any parting words before we close up shop, Jen?
Just for everyone to make sure they're living their life, in love and, beginning with self love. It's the most important thing. And just to love each other equally.
How's it going, you super special, awesome human? Since you made it to the end of this episode, it looks like you really enjoyed yourself. Since you enjoyed this episode, be sure to share it with at least 3 people in your network and tell them what you really liked about this episode. Heck, even shoot myself or the guest an email and let them know what you liked most about this interview, so that way they can stay inspired to keep pushing out great work.